Hi, I'm Mohammed AMAN. Background of Mozambique. Mozambique is a beautiful nation in Southeast Africa. Mozambique rich in various aspects such as natural resources, biology, culture, and they have a tropical climate. The capital of Mozambique is the city of Maputo, which is also the largest city in the country. Mozambique is about the size of combined territory of American states such as Colorado, New Mexico, and Utah, and most of its territory stretches along the coast of Indian Ocean from the Cape Delgado in the north through the capital Maputo in the south. The fertile soil in the northern and central region of Mozambique has developed and produced varied and plentiful agriculture. This nation's economy is primarily focused on agriculture, but the industry is growing up fast. The official language in Mozambique is Portuguese, which is mostly spoken as a second language by about the half of population. Their native language are Mahua, Sena, and Swahili. Going back to colonial era, Mozambican history started documented at the time of the Portuguese arrival, but the Mozambican tribe of the area evolved a complex civilization at the time, until the small group of Portuguese settlers came to colonize Mozambique in the 16th century. Since 1950, archaeological and historical research has started to unite the heritage of Mozambique with the history of East, Central, and South Africa. Mozambique War of Independence was a 10-year armed conflict between the guerrilla force Frelimo Party and Portugal. Frelemo's solidarity with other African rebel groups fighting for political rights in the region influenced the incident after it took over the whole country. Mozambique is a multi-party democracy country under the 1990 constitution. Latest election saw that Frelimo Party won and Filipe Nyusi was sworn as a president of Mozambique for the second term on last year in January 2020.
In legal, Mozambique has a judicial system based on common law where the main basis of law is legislation. Therefore, as in common law systems, cases do not have binding authority and are not considered a source of law. Mozambique has also been proclaimed a multi-party democratic republic by the constitution adopted in 1990. By universal suffrage, the 250 of the unicameral legislature of the republic are elected. The president is both head of state and head of government and is elected for a term of 5 years with a 3-term maximum limit. Whilst Mozambique is currently a multi-party state, the two major parties, Frelimo and Renamo, still control the administration. The Democratic Union is the third party that did not gain any seats in the legislature in the 1999 elections. Crime is also a growing issue, particularly in towns overwhelmed with poor rural unemployed men finding jobs. The justice system did not work well without sufficiently trained judges and attorneys, so Frelimo changed it. Human rights abuse on the part of law enforcement officers and mistreatment remains one of the most pressing issues. In culture, Mozambique's people are ethnically diverse. Some ethnic classifications such as Makwa Lomwe were themselves created by colonial Portuguese authorities. The Songa, Sena, Ndau, Chopi, Chewa, Yao, Akonde, and Ngoni live within the country. In language, Makwa, Lomwe, Songa, Sena, Shona, and Chwabu are the most widespread Bantu languages. The official language is Swahili, spoken by only a tiny fraction of the country's people. The majority of the population speaks Yao, Nyanja, and Shona. Next, Mozambique, especially its prawns and crayfish, is renowned for its seafood. There is a long coastline and rich fishing grounds in the region. Salt was added as a method of food preservation by the Arabs to the local population. Christmas is a major holiday, and the Mozambicans celebrate it by producing cashew nuts and potato cakes. The country has a significant Catholic presence, and meat on a Friday is always avoided. The country struggles to rebound from natural disasters and conflicts, and many residents do not consume hearty meals. The cuisine is primarily focused on fresh seafood along the coast. For religion, prior to independence in 1975, Nearly one-third of the population was nominally Christian, with a small percentage being Muslim. With government patronage and a privileged role, the Roman Catholic Church was rewarded. In that region, Frelimo persecuted more than 20,000 Jehovah's Witnesses. Nearly a quarter of individuals claims no religious affiliation, however.
Hello, I'm Iskandar, and I will be presenting about demographic factors in Mozambique. There are three demographic factors that we can search of in Mozambique, which is life expectancies, fertility rate, and infant mortality rate. For life expectancies, it is 62.1 years for both sexes and 65 years for females and 59.1 years for males. For fertility rate, total fertility rate is 49 live births per woman in 2020. And for infant mortality rate, it is 44.9 infant deaths per 1,000 live births.
The population of Mozambique. Based on latest United Nations data in early January 2021, the total population around Mozambique is 31.7 million. Mozambique population last year was estimated at 31.3 million people by the middle of the year, according to data from UN researchers. In terms of population, Mozambique is equivalent to 0.4% of the total population worldwide. It ranked Mozambique at the 46th place in the list of countries by population.
Hi, I'm REEZA. Now I will present about the main sector in Mozambique. The main sector in the country is agriculture sector. Mozambique agriculture employs more than 80% of the workforce and provides livelihood to the vast majority of over 23 million inhabitants. Mozambique is the 10th largest producer of cassava and the 18th producer of oilseeds of Food and Agriculture Organization in 2017. The most agricultural production comes from family farms. Next, the main crops in the country are sugar, corn, cassava, beans, rice, and variety of vegetable and oilseeds. The last one, in the year 2000, total sugar production was anticipated to increase by 160%, making the country a major net exporter for the first time since independence.
Hello, my name is Mohammed AFIQ bin REDUAN. I want to talk about other industry in Mozambique. For the first industry I want to talk is about manufacturing. Manufacturing in Mozambique was representative of most colonial Africa in 1975, primarily focused on minimally produced raw material for export, such as shrimp, tea, sugar, cashew, citrus, copra, coal, and cotton, combined with production and light manufacturing of local construction communities. Internal unrest has threatened the availability of raw material from within the country, and increased debt and reduced export have combined to weaken ability of Mozambique to import spare parts and other material to support production. The crisis was aggravated by sabotage and power outage in early 1990 as the worst socioeconomic climate of the world changed. The struggle resumed, while output levels have not returned to thrive in the late 1970s. For the cement industry, other sectors are expanding. So we go to the next sector is trade. For the trade that Mozambique use is aluminum, shrimp, and cotton. Most important export by value, while it most important imports by value good diesel, machinery, and spare parts and food products. The country main trader partner in South Africa. Other partners include European Union countries between 90 and early 2000. Mozambique highly unfavorable trade balance steady change. For the last is transportation. Transportation sector of Mozambique represents the historical history of the country in relation to its neighbor. Originally, the state and chartered companies developed national road, rail, and port sector mainly to serve the trade and transport needs of the western neighbor of South Africa, Zimbabwe. For the railway, it began from Pemba in the north to Ihambane in the south. There are also smaller, less developed ports. They also have a ferry service. It's available at both Luabo and Baruma along the lower Zambezi and between Chikawa and Zumbo above Kahora Basa, a place near to the point where Mozambique cross block. both Zambia and Zimbabwe. They also serve Lake Nyasa Reserve Port at Mitarola and Mponda in Mozambique. Okay. We go for the resources. Mozambique resources depend on mining and minerals. They has many minerals as gold, ruby, and tantalum, and more than such as apatite, granite, bentonite, bauxite, kaolin, copper, gold, and others. So they also have two big investments that they can focus on their money and pursuing the heavy sand that we can gain more benefit to them. The investment is valued 1 billion USD to them. The mineral potential of Mozambique remains mostly untapped. In recent years, gold deposits in the province of Nyasa, Tete, and Malacca have drawn domestic and foreign investigation. As small operations are undertaken by informal artisan and miners, gold mining has been slow to grow. However, as the government continues to require mining to formalize the legal status, increasing the regulation of gold mining may lead to greater output and large scale. A gold mining concession with total reserve 2.9 miners was recently purchased by extra resource. Output in the gold industry is expected to rise 1.1% annually from 2016 to 2016. So they will gain more profit and can make their economy grow faster and faster. So that's all for me. Thank you.